Hi, I'm Brianna.
And I'm Akira.
And you're watching
Dante's Boxing Nation.
Brothers and sisters, I don't know what this world is coming to.
Hey yo, check this out, this is Flavor Flav, and if you want the whole truth, and nothing but the whole truth, so help the whole truth. Hey yo, you better listen to Dante, baby. Dante!
What's going on, guys, and welcome to another great edition of the Dante's Boxing Nation Show. I am your host, Dante, and we have another great show for you guys as always. Let me go ahead and first to see who's on the line, man. Make sure right now. I'm going to go ahead and introduce my man, Boxing Ego. Check out his boxing website. It's one of the best boxing websites out there, man, for all the boxing news. That's boxingego.com, all right? And I got my girl, Miss Boxing Baby. I don't know if she called in yet, but she should be calling in a minute. All right? And we'll keep it pushing. We may have more people calling in later on, but that's all we got for now. So, man, let's get into it, man. Oh, I also got my man in the studio, as always. George, what's going on, George?
Punching them buttons like usual.
There it goes. Punching them hard, baby. So let's get into it, y'all. So we just had a real good weekend of boxing. Man, Boxing Ego, your boy Al Heyman, he does it again, man. He does it again. You got Berto versus Ortiz at the StubHub Center. One of the best places to watch a fight. Is no bad seats, you know, in the whole spot, basically. I mean, you can sit all the way at the top and have a good view of the fight, man. It was a really good fight. Your first impressions on that fourth round knockout of Victor Ortiz. We both picked Berto to win the fight. So what was your thoughts, Ego?
Well, I covered the fight live, so it was like you said. I mean, the first three fights, all brutal knockouts. The first three. I mean, the crowd was going crazy. This was a grudge match between two guys who were, you know, at a crossroads, I would say, and at the welterweight division. You know what I mean? The veterans at this point, because you got a lot of up-and-comers like Earl Smith Jr., and Garcia still undefeated, just moved up to welter. So it was a fight to see who's still in the game, kind of, who still can move on to bigger and better things. Berto dealt with a little bit of adversity when he got knocked down. He looked like kind of a flash knockdown, but he did get clipped. Ortiz has power, weathered that storm, and then he came back strong, and then he ended up catching Ortiz with his money punch, which is his uppercut. And I talked to Berto after the fight. He said I had to bring the uppercut out of retirement, and that's exactly what he did. And he closed the show. He was just discombobulated, and it's crazy because a lot of people have this quitter stigma with Victor Ortiz. I don't think he quit in that fight. I thought he was just genuinely hurt.
No, he didn't quit. He didn't quit at all. He didn't quit at all.
Yeah,
you think he quit? There go Miss Boxing Baby.
Yeah, I did.
Objection over there.
I think he quit a little bit.
I mean, what? Well, break it down, Miss Boxing Baby. Why do you think he quit?
I mean, it might have been a little bit of both, but knowing Ortiz, it just seemed like it to me. He doesn't like to be in a position where he feels like he can't come back or fight his way back. He did the same thing against José Lopez.
You sound much better, by the way.
Against Maidana.
Okay, go ahead. No, you sound much better. I don't know what you did with your audio, but you sound much better now.
Oh, my bad. I was on speaker. Sorry.
Okay.
He did it against Maidana. I just feel like, to me, like it's easy for him to quit, and that's what it looked like to me. I'm not saying he wasn't hurt, but I still think he quit.
So, but what I was getting at, I was trying to ask you, so you believe that when he basically got up and the referee said, "Are you okay?" And he didn't respond, he didn't react, he didn't say anything. By him not saying anything, you believe that was his way of basically quitting. That's what you're saying?
Absolutely. And the ref said that he told them backstage if you don't respond on top of the fight. He just looked like he had no interest in continuing.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's a little mixture. I mean, you know, no doubt about it. I completely believe that Ortiz, he quit in the Floyd Mayweather fight, and we already know he quit in the Josito Lopez fight. You know, I mean, you can
kind of... And the Collazo fight.
And Maidana.
Yeah, and the Maidana. I forgot about the Maidana. That's when it all started. That's the first time he quit.
Yeah, I don't deserve to be getting beat
up. If you remember, he was a cash cow for Golden Boy. They brought him up to be this big thing, and then he quit. That was the first fight he ever quit against Maidana. I think that was the 6th round or something like that.
Yeah.
You know
I think he quit in those fights.
Yeah, he definitely quit. And you know what's funny? I think I was telling Boxing Ego this a long time ago, but on my old channel, I did a post-fight video of when Victor Ortiz quit against Josito Lopez, and it's so funny, man, because out of all the hate that I receive when I'm spitting the truth, That video in particular received more dislikes than almost any video I had ever did. It was a huge video, and just because I said that Victor Ortiz quit against Josito Lopez, they gave me a gang of dislikes. But at the same time, it was funny because while I was getting all these dislikes, I checked the analytics, and all my subscribers, my new subscribers, was coming from that video. But it just goes to show you, that the truth, it resonates. You know what I mean? But it
just goes to show you that people, at the end of the day, a lot of foolish pride in boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at the people who put the coward label on, the chicken, the coward, and all that. Look at what happens when they get, like Mayweather. They say, oh, he's a chicken. What happens when he got rocked by Shane Mosley twice in the second round against the powerful, strong, fresh Mosley? He battled back and beat Mosley every round. They say Crawford and guys like that, he's scared of old school. What happened when he was in there tough with Gamboa? He was fighting fire with fire, and he started knocking Gamboa down 4 times. So a lot of foolish pride in boxing. Like, you look at some of the people who actually have quit in fights, and a lot of them are known for granite chins, known for being tough in general, and they're the people who actually basically said no mas.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Actually, one person literally said no mas, and that's Roberto Duran. So it's just funny.
And he's supposed to be and he's supposed to be considered one of the most toughest people in the sport of boxing historically, and he's known for quitting. Yeah, you bring up another good point.
Floyd's the runner, and what happened when he got hurt by DeMarcus Corley, Zab Judah, Mosley? Probably Maidana in that second fight when he ate that flesh shot by a hard-ass puncher.
Yeah. You look at what happened when the machine, Lucas Matisse, when he got caught with a good-ass shot in his eye, he went down to the ground, and he decided not to get up. And he said later on, my health is more important. We seen how Floyd Mayweather responded when he got hurt by Shane Mosley, when he got hurt by Chop Corley, when he got hurt by Zab Judah. So, yeah, once again.
Even Pacquiao hurt him in the 4th round or whatever.
Yeah.
And we also seen how Floyd Mayweather, when he was saying, hey, I'm not fighting nobody if they don't want to prove that they're clean, health comes first. We seen the ridicule that Floyd got for saying that health comes first. But then when Lucas Matisse's eyes going to fall in the socket, the health comes first it seems like a legit way out. You know what I'm saying? Nobody going down, jumping down his throat saying, oh, health comes first, Matisse? He's supposed to be the machine.
Yeah.
But then when Floyd said it, oh, what you mean health comes first? You better fight that motherfucker even if he is on something. We want to see it. Like, that's the dumbest thing. Why would you want to fight someone that's not on an even playing field, whoever that person is?
Yeah. But once again, when fighters that the decafs like, when they get hurt, it is about their health. Like, oh my God, we need to see if this guy is okay. And, we're not into this, we're not watching this sport to see anybody get hurt. And I don't want to see him get hurt, et cetera, is what we hear. But when it comes to Floyd Mayweather, of course, let Maidana use whatever gloves he want to use. Oh, you scared that he want to use smaller gloves, ain't you, Mayweather? And all kind of shit like that, right?
Yeah, let him use them temper with joints from Argentina or wherever.
Yeah, exactly.
They wasn't tripping.
And then they had the nerve to say that Floyd Mayweather, at first he was cherry picking, and that was supposed to be an easy fight. Then once they found out about the glove controversy, then all of a sudden they start saying Floyd is scared of him. So I mean, like, which one is it? Is he scared of Maidana, or is this just an easy ass fight? You can't have it both ways. And that's why it's always easy to expose these cats. Something else I wanted to say, since we're talking about tough guy or quote-unquote tough guy versus cowards and chickens and runners, once again, if you guys look at the schedule right now, do you guys notice, and I'm saying this to you, Boxing Ego, Miss Boxing Baby, do you guys notice all of the fighters that they usually call cowards, right? They said that Deontay Wilder was a coward, Terrence Crawford, Andre Ward. If you guys notice, it's always the fighters that they call cowards, that are reluctant, et cetera, they're always the first fighters to sign the contract and fight the guy that you decaf said they were reluctant or afraid to fight. Andre Ward has already signed a contract to fight Kovalev. Deontay Wilder has already signed a contract to fight Povetkin. Crawford,
and just an update for that,
and Crawford Wilder with Postal too. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Deontay Wilder's on his way to Russia, from what I hear.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the Black Rocky is about to get it in. I might go home and listen to that Rocky soundtrack. I ain't even bullshitting with you, because this is Rocky Part 7 right now, I guess. So yeah, man.
He gets all the props in the world for that.
Yeah, and you go into his backyard, right? That's like Golovkin, agreeing to fight Andre Ward in Oakland or something right now. Right,
or agreeing to fight Canelo in Mexico.
Yeah, at 154.
Yeah, that's Canelo's his mentor.
Yeah, exactly. So, but let me go back real quick, guys. I want something else I want to say about that. What was I talking about? The Josito Lopez situation. No, but with all the hate that I received is so funny. Because they were mad, it was a pride thing, and realistically, it was a Mexican pride thing with Victor Ortiz, him quitting, and them getting mad at me because I addressed the fact that he quit. All I did was report at the news. But what's so funny is I opened that video up with a clip of Josito Lopez at the end of the fight saying, I would never quit. He's basically said Ortiz quit, and he said, I would never quit. No matter what, I would never quit. So it was okay for him to say that Victor Ortiz was a quitter, but, I couldn't say it, because it's kind of hard to get that hope insurance, you know what I'm saying, when you're on the coincidental list. They just won't give it to me, but, we know what time it is. So, but anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and talk. Let me get your quick thoughts. I just asked, before you got on the horn, Miss Boxing Baby, I asked Ego what his thoughts was on this fourth round knockout with Andre Berto. What was your thoughts on the knockout? You said it was like a 50-50 fight going in. What did you think? How did Berto look to you?
Look okay. I think Berto has some remnants of being a shot fighter, with the shakes and stuff, but he got sweet revenge. I mean, he did what he was supposed to do. It was anybody's fight. I think that, obviously, I don't think he was hurt when he got knocked down. Obviously, Ortiz was really hurt when he dropped him. He got revenge. Mm-hmm. He beat anybody they trying to name him to fight? Absolutely not.
What about Danny Garcia? They want to put him in there with Danny Garcia next. No? She said that quick. No,
he won't. He's a shot. Respect to him, but I believe he's a shot fighter. And you're not going against another guy who's shot. You're going against a young champion who's undefeated. And of course, Garcia would have to be careful. He's Berto, he's quick, but I just think that's an easy fight, in my opinion, for Garcia.
Hey, so I'm gonna ask a rhetorical question, but why you think Danny Garcia was damn near licking his chops, and he can't wait to get in the ring with Berto, but he was saying that boy Errol Spence ain't ready? Why you think?
It's obvious. I don't want to say Danny's scared of Errol, but Berto is an easier fight. That's just that's the simple answer. That's the simple answer.
And
he just got his belt. So you want to hold on to it for a little bit, which I understand. So, you fight Berto, and then eventually you fight the Errol Spence. Not right now.
Not right now. I ain't gonna even lie. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. If I was any of them, I wouldn't be in a hurry to fight Errol Spence. That's just common sense that Errol Spence is the most dangerous opponent right now in the welterweight division. The only difference with me is if I was in Keith Thurman or Danny Garcia or Sean Porter, if I was in their position, I would just flat out come out and be honest, and I would get a man his props. I wouldn't say he ain't ready and he ain't did nothing. I'll say, look, man, this guy is a terrific fighter. He has a bright future, and I want to build that fight up. He's probably gonna be one of my toughest opponents, and I want to build that up. So when I want to make sure that both me and him are ready. I would say something like that. I wouldn't just come out and not give him any credit like a lot of these fighters are doing. So that's what it is.
Danny Garcia is in the tough division. Like I said, I have the utmost respect for Danny. To me, he's supposed to fight. Look at his resume. So he's in a tough division now. Very, very, very tough division. I don't know about him beating too many of them guys. I don't see him beating Spence. I don't see him beating Thurman. It just, to me, it's a tough division for him. But you fight Berto, you win, and then maybe eventually you'll fight one of those guys.
I'm just,
I don't know.
Hey, E.
It's a tough division.
Yeah, hey, I'm just so happy, man, that Al Heyman has all of these fighters, man. So we're going to get to see them all. We're going to get to see Danny versus Keith Thurman eventually. right now, and they talking about Andre Berto versus Danny Garcia. What you think about that fight, Boxing Ego?
Which one?
Danny Garcia versus Andre Berto.
You know what? The funny thing is, I actually don't think it's that. Like, a lot of people are going to easily count Berto out. I just think that Danny Garcia, this is only his third fight in a new division, and he struggled in some of his fights. I'm not saying, like, Herrera, Peterson, Berto doesn't really fight like that, but even fights with Zab Judah, who, you know what I mean, is an athletic speedster with power. He struggled in them championship rounds with him, and then this is going up in weight. Berto has, like, I think 2 knockouts in his last 3 fights with named opponents, and the only person he didn't knock out was Floyd Mayweather, and I mean, clearly no one's been able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it could be competitive. I would favor Danny Garcia, though, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, it was still. I think it's a great matchup. I mean, if you really look at what Andre Berto has done in the last year, like we was talking about earlier, Ego, he has 2 of his last fights, or 2 out of 3 of his last fights. He ended it in a knockout, impressive knockout. He just fought 12 rounds with Floyd Mayweather and did good. Going 12 rounds with Floyd Mayweather. So it's like, and now he's about to fight Danny Garcia. That's a great matchup, and I'm sure the winner of that fight, if we look at what Al Heyman and the PBC series, what they've been doing, basically, we know that the winner is going to most likely fight the winner of Porter versus Thurman, which is going to be huge. That's the second biggest fight of the year, I think, Thurman versus Porter, at least when it comes to relevance, because the first biggest fight, I did a poll on it. I might even throw the graphic up as this video is playing, but I did a poll on what's the most significant relevant fight of 2016, and, it was by a landslide that everybody picked Ward versus Kovalev. And that fight, even though there's no date for it, but the fight is definitely happening, assuming both Andre Ward and Kovalev win their next fight. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to all of that. Did somebody just call in? Okay, I just heard something. We either lost somebody or somebody called in, whatever it was. But anyway, let's move on.
Where's Eric Morales at?
Where is Eric Morales? Eric Morales. I mean, I think the heat was a little too much for him, man. I think the heat was a little bit too much for him.
You gotta have tough skin.
Yeah.
Listen, they always talk about me. I'm bitch this, bitch that. I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah.
You gotta have tough skin.
Hey, we might have to bring Eric Morales back on the show, because I know some of my detractors, they were loving him. They were loving him. So we may have to bring him back on, and get that, antagonist approach or feel on the show. So we may have to do that. So anyway, but let's go ahead and move on. I'm gonna ask you a question, Boxing Ego, and then I'm gonna get on this phone, because I got my boy E King Fight News. He wants to get on the show, and I gotta send him this contact call-in information so he could call in. But so go ahead and rock the mic for a minute, Boxing Eagle. I'm gonna ask you about these Berto-Ortiz numbers. They said the numbers were 1.5 million, man, and you have people like ESPN, by the way, who damn near boycotted the Andre Ward fight. They're trying to basically say, and some other people in the media, they trying to basically say these coincidental list numbers are no good. Yeah, I'm putting extras on it, but they saying that the numbers are no good. 1.5, which is better numbers than Golovkin just did last week. Because his numbers peaked at 1.3. This is 1.5, and of course they're trying to always compare. They're not comparing the PBC numbers to Top Rank or Golden Boy numbers or Golovkin numbers. They're comparing PBC numbers to PBC numbers. So basically, I just want to ask you, Boxing Eagle, what do you think about those numbers, and who do you think is doing better right now numerically when out of PBC, Golden Boy, Top Rank, / HBO? Break it down, elaborate on that, Ego. E, you there?
Did we lose him?
Oh, I think we lost him. So I done said all of that stuff thinking I'm talking to Ego. I done said all that for nothing. Thank God the shit is recorded, so somebody heard it, So anyway, yeah. So go ahead, Miss Boxing Baby. You heard what I said. Elaborate. Break that down.
I gotta say PBC hands down.
Yeah.
And he's killing the game right now. He's killing the game. Like think about it. Just look at all the boxing coming up. There's no disrespect to HBO or Golden Boy or whoever. PBC is killing it right now. They have every channel, and not only every channel, they have the big fights. Yeah. So and more people are going to watch because it's not pay-per-view and it's free.
Yeah.
So that's,
E just called in. E, you just called back?
Nah, this is AK.
Oh, AK, what's going on, brother? The school boy.
Man.
The school. I'm gonna start calling you Professor AK. You always in school and everything.
Hey, call me Dr. AK.
Dr. AK, not Dr. Dre, but Dr. AK. I like that. Yeah, man.
Yeah, bro.
Hey, so what's going on, man? We was talking about Berto versus Ortiz. Once again, I'm trying to send this number to E King Fight News. He wants to call in right now, so I'm trying to multitask right now because I'm talking to you. Go ahead and give me your impressions. How did Berto look, AK?
Yeah, well, I mean, when I first saw the fight, I saw Ortiz fighting the wrong fight, even though he was winning. But he was, kind of boxing from the outside, landing punches. But that's what Berto also kind of felt comfortable at, but he was just kind of intense the first couple rounds. And then, like when he beat him the first time and Ortiz beat him the first time, he made it a slugfest. He was on Berto's face the whole time, and Berto don't like fighting in the inside. And we saw that in the past, but he gave him the distance, and that's how Berto, catch a lot of people, and he got a faster hand. So I felt like it was a matter of time till Ortiz get hit with a punch. And now, since he has no heart, but I mean, he got hurt. He definitely was hurt bad when he got knocked out. But when he got up and the referee asked him, "Do you want to continue?" He didn't even try. He didn't even say yeah. And then the referee stopped it. He kind of didn't even want to shake his head up and down. So I felt like it was a form of quitting, but ain't no doubt about it, he was hurt. So, I mean, he also hurt Berto, but Berto, like I said, he has a big heart, and it's kind of like how I predicted it to be. I said Ortiz might lose by quitting. But I don't agree with the fact that, after the fight there was fans throwing chairs at him or whatever they threw at him.
Pizza boxes and shit.
Horrible.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, at the end of the day, what I'm saying, he's still a human being. You know what I mean? I mean, people make mistakes. He felt like we expect this from Ortiz. It's not his first time doing it. So if you go into his fight, you knew that Ortiz quits when the road gets tough. Mm-hmm. So why would you go to watch him if you don't like no quitter?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you paying for the ticket, and I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm gonna be straight up, man. StubHub, man. That is a ruthless area. It's a lot of ignorant ass thugs that attend those fights. You usually always see fights breaking out. And I have to say it, especially when it's black and brown against each other, you usually see a lot of fights, and it's very, very, very unfortunate. Like I remember, going to the Paul Williams versus Margarito fight and some other fights, man, and you just see all these fights breaking out in the crowd. So, that's a real ruthless type of area. The StubHub out there in Carson, California. The thugs come out. They come out over there.
Yeah, and it wasn't like a Berto fan, doing that Ortiz. No, it was an Ortiz fan.
It was an Ortiz fan.
Yeah, and it's not like Ortiz got this god-ass reputation of not quitting or the biggest heart in the world. We've seen this from him in the past. So you expect this almost. In a tough fight, you expect him to pull out. But like I said, what they did was kind of wrong as far as that. But at the end of the day, I do feel like he could have continued or he at least could have continued and probably got knocked out anyways because he was badly hurt. But at the end of the day, I felt like he kind of quit.
Hey, so you, no doubt about it, you agree. Let me see if Ego got back on. E, you there? E. Okay, Ego's not there yet. So, no, I mean, the thing is, you agree with Miss Boxing Baby. That's what she said, that she definitely thought he quit. I didn't really look at it as him quitting, but, I mean, it was, I guess, partially acquit, because we all know you can't just say to the referee, I give up. No, I'm done. You got to use some type of body or sign language, to basically let that person know or let the referee know that you want to quit. All I will say is I'm happy if he did quit. At least he did it after being knocked down twice, as opposed to quitting, after the first knockdown, or just being rolling around on his knees. Honestly, now that I think about it, since we're talking about it, it does kind of seem like, when he first got up, he kind of thought about even getting up the first time, because he got up, you notice he got up, and then he fell back down on his knees and he crawled for a second, and then he got up again. So there's no doubt.
I feel like the referee put him in a bad situation, because I think he got up at the last 10-second count. He thought the referee was going to wave it off, but he didn't. And he asked him, do you want to continue? And he could have responded at that moment. But, if you don't respond, the referee's going to have to stop it,
Mm-hmm.
So that was part of it. But like I said, I was surprised the way Ortiz fought. I was expecting him to go in there and brawl, but I was actually shocked at the fact that he was trying to box. I was kind of surprised at his game plan, in other words. But that was definitely the wrong game plan. But he would have probably got caught anyways, even if he was on the inside. But at least that's kind of like Berto weak zone.
Mm-hmm. Signs of Bruce Seldon versus Mike Tyson. I remember when Mike Tyson knocked out Bruce Seldon, and you can clearly tell that Bruce Seldon, he wanted no more parts of that fight. He wanted out bad, because Tyson caught him with one good shot, and Bruce Seldon, he jumped up and he started doing this fake ass daze. It looked like, like when cats are dazed in Mortal Kombat and they just sitting there just wiggling and shit, and being waiting to be finished and shit. So it was funny because he was doing that shit and it was so fake. And then the referee says, you want to continue? And then he keeps shaking his head like he don't know where he at. And they finally stopped it. Not saying that what Ortiz did was that bad, because I don't think it was that bad at all. Once again, I didn't really have a problem with how the fight ended. He viciously got knocked down twice, so I don't really have a problem with it. But it is what it is. So,
But I tell you one thing, man. Berto got some serious ass hand speed. It's just the fact that his accuracy ain't all that, but his hand speed is crazy.
And his confidence to let his hands go.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about it now that Floyd hardly got hit by him with the speed he was presented. That he presents to the table.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of amazing at this age that Floyd pulled that off. Not the fact that, of course, he's gonna beat him. He's the better fighter, but the fact that he didn't get hit much by this fast fighter.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of credit to Floyd defense.
Yeah,
but ain't the Amir Khan fight versus Canelo this week?
Yeah, we're gonna definitely talk about that Canelo versus Khan this week. Go ahead, speak on it.
Yeah.
You want to speak on it? Go ahead.
Yeah. That's a slaughter, man. Like I said before, I just hope Canelo knocks him out to the body, not to the head, because like I said, they can compare him to the performance, Floyd versus Canelo, but at the end of the day, Floyd has a great chin. Another thing, Floyd has tremendous, his defense is crazy. And another thing, like, he has upper body movement, and Khan doesn't move his upper body, he's just blocked most of the time. And a guy who blocks a lot, Canelo's going to throw a lot of combinations. When he put him on the rope, he's really going to hurt him bad. And then, like I said, Khan uses his footwork for defense, but once you close the distance on him, he just blocks. And Canelo's going to murder him with combination and knock him out. Like I said, Floyd has tremendous upper body, movement, and which he don't get hit much because of that. And his reflexes is out of this world. So, I think it's going to end in like less than 4 rounds.
So, wow.
If I wish people would stop saying that Khan is going to do what Mayweather did. For one, Khan is not a Mayweather. And for two, I don't care what he does. He can be winning the first few rounds. The fight's not going 12 because he can't do nothing about that chin. And the people, I don't know if they're delusional, saying that he can outbox him for 12 rounds. How? How can he do that without getting caught?
Yeah, and another thing, Canelo, he's fast too, man. It's not like Canelo is a slow-ass fighter. Khan he got caught with against fighters who's not even as fast as Canelo, and Canelo has skill. He has skill too. People need to understand that he could also knock Khan out just by countering him with the left hook, because we know Khan is vulnerable for that too. Because when Khan throws combinations, he don't move his head. Like he doesn't. Yeah, he's in the center, and if he could avoid what's coming and counter him, he's gonna catch him always. You know what I mean? So, I just don't see. Like I said, I see Canelo knocking him out, either countering by timing him or by pressuring him and putting him on the ropes and punishing him, because he's not like Boxing Baby said. He ain't gonna survive Canelo no 12 rounds.
I don't know what round. I can't. I'm not calling a number, but I can just tell you this. I can guarantee you, everybody listening and y'all on the panel is not going 12, because as soon as he gets hit, he's going to sleep.
As soon as he gets hit.
Look what happened with Danny Garcia. He was outboxing him, right? Got caught with that left hand. It was over. This is a man who's 10 times bigger than you. You've never fought at this weight, and his plan is to come in at 165 so you can be even more slow. He might get knocked out early.
Let me say this though. One thing I will say is a fighter who's fighting scared is very dangerous, right? I mean, you back that cat up in the corner and you might damn near get your eyes scratched out. The thing with Amir Khan, is the difference in this fight is he's going into this fight thinking about not getting knocked out. Like, oh my God, this guy's power. He's a natural middleweight. He's going to rehydrate to 170 plus, et cetera, et cetera. I don't think he was thinking like that when he was in the ring with Danny Garcia, when he was in the ring with Brettis Prescott. I think he was thinking that, this is a piece of cake. Look at what I'm doing to Danny Garcia. He was getting more and more confident. He was feeling more comfortable to just sit there and exchange. And I just believe when a fighter is going in there knowing that the guy, best chance of beating you is knocking you out, I think that's going to make Amir Khan extremely more defensive. It's still going to be hard for him to go 12 rounds without getting caught, and once again, the size disparity is just ridiculous in this fight, but still, it'll be interesting to see if Amir Khan can gain Canelo's respect. Because we heard what Canelo said. He said when he was fighting against Cotto, he said after the first fight, he basically said he had no respect for Cotto's power. And he said, I knew after the first round I could pretty much walk through his punches, right? And but so we have to see.
And I'm not trying to be funny. Doesn't Cotto hit harder than Amir Khan? Amir Khan ain't no huge puncher. That's gonna be the problem. If he doesn't respect Amir Khan's power, he's gonna keep coming. He's gonna keep coming forward.
It'll be more straight. I think it'll be more straight punches with Khan, though. I think it may be more straight punches than.
He's at times he still has a lot of amateur ways in him, like the way he throws his punches.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Footwork.
Very amateur-like, and he always gets caught. That he just reminds me. I'm glad respect to him for taking the fight. Much respect to him for taking the fight. I just don't see it going 12. The boy is just too big. It's just a mismatch.
Did somebody else call in?
Let's just say he did upset him. What the heck is he going to do at 160 anyway? Who are he going to fight and who are he going to beat?
Yeah. Well, but if he beats, you said if he beats Canelo?
Yeah, is he going to stay at 160? What are he going to do?
Hey, Miss Boxing Baby, if he beats Canelo, that's all he got to do. I'm going to be real with you. That would be huge. If he were to beat Canelo, that's really all he would have to do. That would be big.
Well, I hope so, because please.
Yeah. She said, please.
This is one of the first fights that is really like a 0% chance. He has no chance.
Zero. She said 0%. Zero. God damn.
Listen. Algeria had a good point when he was on the show. He was like, if Khan couldn't keep Algeria, off him, how is he gonna keep Canelo off of him? You know what I mean? Like, let's not forget. Khan, he was struggling with Algeria. He was a very close fight. And people say, I'm hating on Khan, this and that, because I'm saying he has no shot. But I'm the biggest Khan fan you could find. But at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not going to lie to myself and tell you, he has a shot when he don't. I'm going to tell you how it is. And that's how I see it. I mean, if Algeria was a guy moving up in weight, not a hard of a puncher, he hurt Khan. Khan couldn't keep him off of him, and he's not even that hard of a puncher. And like I said, he still hurt Khan. So imagine what Canelo going to do at a new weight class when Khan has to move up like 2 weight classes, find this big guy and this huge of a puncher. Yeah. So like I said, it's just.
AK, I think we lost everybody. Huh? Yeah. So we still running though, or what? Can we? Cause I kind of.